Hello? What's going on here?
Who are you? Another of these useless lay-in layabouts? No, you're an adventurer like me. Don't tell me, Zagira roped you into this mess too.
No, what mess?
My little brother and I answered a job posting seeking adventurers to help explore a newly discovered ruin, only once the expedition got underway and we were all split up, our employers turned on us. I barely got away.
So what's the plan now?
Free my little brother and the others before something terrible befalls them? I don't know if I can do this on my own, but I have to try. Can I count on your help? Or were all the questions just morbid curiosity? I can pay if I have to.
Hey, I'll help you. I'll help you with the rescue. Sure.
There were 5, in addition to me, who got duped into this. My brother, Liam, Eolaf, a Nord warrior, Ardia, a High Elf researcher, Dejos, an Argonian scout, and Garlor, a Wood Elf adventurer. Other than my brother, I don't know a lot about them.
Not a good sign. What do you know?
Not much. Zagira, the woman who hired us, was charming. I didn't buy a story that her expedition was for study, but she paid half our fee up front.
Charming.
I figured they were just treasure hunters looking for plunder. We had no idea they were a cult.
When did you realize that?
About the time they said, don't kill her, we need her for the ritual, and while they were trying to subdue me. Probably saved my life, though. I fought twice as hard knowing they were taking it easy on me. No one else escaped, that I know of.
Oh, ready when you are.
We didn't get far with our expedition before things went sour, but the ruin was in pretty bad shape. You'll need a grapple bow to get anywhere quickly. Fortunately, I have a spare. They're simple enough to use if you've never tried one.
I've used it enough. So I've got questions though.
All right, but remember, you already agreed to help me. It'd be rude to back out now. But seriously, I need your help. Please don't change your mind.
Tell me about the ruin then.
It's Daedric in origin. Our employer claimed it was recently uncovered, but I have a hard time believing no one noticed until now. And despite its condition, it doesn't seem that old. Barely any overgrowth at all. None of it makes any sense.
So it's new?
100 years old at most. I couldn't tell you who built it, or how it came to be demolished, though. I didn't get much time to study it before those fetching cultists tried to throw a sack over my head and drag me off.
Let's go. What do you got to say for yourself, huh?
I won't stand in the way if you wish to help her. It'll get her off my back at the least.
What's the trouble then?
To hear the Dark Elf tell it, some cult lured her and her ilk to an otherworldly ruin to sacrifice them in some unholy ritual. There's no evidence of that, so most likely it's a falling out between adventuring parties vying for claim of the ruin.
There's no evidence, like, you're standing in front of a Daedric ruin that's recently been uncovered, huh? So you're here to resolve that feud, then?
I'm here to keep watch on this newly discovered ruin. The Ivory Brigade has more important things to do than mediate disputes between vagabonds, despite what the Dark Elf might think. If it were up to her, the entire Chamber of Legates would be here.
Yeah, that's pretty new. Doom Vault.
We need to reach the base camp, but be careful. I saw a lot more cultists during my escape than the ones who led me here.
Okay. All right.
I've seen a lot of Daedric ruins,
Questions?
right?
Nope.
But
Let's talk about all that. Rush on through here a little bit.
that's not our sky. It wasn't like this before. We should hurry. The bridge is out, but that support looks sturdy enough for the grapple bow. The base camp should be... Eolaf! What are those fetchers doing to him? That's Yolov. One of the other adventurers Zagira duped with this setup. They've got him strung up like a new life pony guar. Survey stone's my ashy arse. That's a sacrifice if I've ever seen one. We've got to do something.
Survey stone?
Zagira had us escorting her scholars around the area to place those so-called survey stones. Supposedly, they would get the layout of this place in an instant. Bunch of guardung, clearly. It's sucking the life out of him.
We destroy it?
I damn well plan to try. It'll be dangerous, though. For Eolaf, most of all. That ritual is already feeding off of him somehow. The sudden shock of destroying the stone might kill him. We could try weakening the ritual before ending it entirely.
How do we do that, huh?
That array by Yolaf seems to be the heart of the ritual, but the magic is being drawn to another focal point nearby. Destroying that might lighten the load on Yolaf, and the backlash of ending the ritual by force. It's the best chance of saving him.
Alright, let's go!
We need to stop that ritual, the sooner the better, but Yolaf's chances of surviving go up exponentially if we try picking it apart carefully, instead of smashing the central array right at the start. The grapple bow should help us search around.
How do you know all this?
I don't know it. I'm making an educated guess. Daedrology is my main field of study, though I tend to avoid getting caught up in their worship and rituals. Mostly, I'm fascinated why anyone would join these fetching cults in the first place.
I used to do Daedra if you don't really care for him, huh?
I took an interest in the anticipations of the Tribunal and my ancestors' worship of them before the three rose to godhood. Dark elves aren't the only ones who revere Daedra alongside divines, but now's not the time for a philosophical discussion.
So basically, it's like a liberal arts major for dark elves. Got it.
Endure, Nord. The foothold is nearly complete.
Weakened. That voice.
Or maybe a communication degree.
Iola! Follow me, quickly!
You don't have to tell me twice.
Come on, Elof, let's go!
It worked! Sorry if that sounds too much like surprise, but I couldn't be sure if that would be enough to save Iolaf's life until we tried it. If the cult is doing this to the others, we should be able to free them too, if we're careful.
Any idea what they're doing?
It was definitely a Daedric ritual, but not your typical sacrifice. Offerings to the princes are usually quick and brutal. This was much more purposeful. I don't know what they were trying to accomplish, but they were using Yolaf's soul to power it.
Do you know where the others are taken then?
The Swits didn't tell us much of their plans before stabbing us in the back, but I've got a rough idea where they were taking the other stones. If we head out the other side of these corridors, we should be on the right path.
Let's go.
That was horrible. I felt like my soul was getting torn out of me, little by little.
What were they doing to you?
Trying to pitch me into Orky's gnarled teeth. Or Dagon's, rather. Felt like all the air was sucked out of my lungs. Would have killed me if you hadn't come along. Was it always this hot in here?
Do you know why they're trying to sacrifice you?
I'm just hired muscle. I don't meddle with magic. They were talking, though, about positioning the other stones. They sent each of us as an escort, split us up. If they got the better of me, I'm sure the others are in just as much trouble now.
Well, you're gonna be alright then?
Haven't felt this bad since I nearly drowned in the sea of ghosts. But I can feel my strength coming back. I think I'll be good enough to move once I've caught my breath. I'll be fine. Help the others while there's still time.
You better be running. Oh,
Hold on. I recognize that journal. It belonged to Ardia.
Ardia's journal. Okay. Exploration of the Shattered Room. Exauria paid us well to escort her surveyors through the Unreasoned Ruin. Truth be told, I might have come along for free if I'd known what they'd find here. The Daedric designs are nothing I've ever seen, but super familiar. They're expensive as well, far more than they first appeared. I feel like we haven't traveled more that far, but the landscape is compounded seems encourages to what observed from the outside of the entrance. I'd probably draw a map along my notes. I knew I should have mapped this. I knew I should have mapped as well. Or I knew I should have mapped as I went. Exaria's surveyors. Every bad guy always has an X or a Z in their name. Never trust a person with an X or a Z, especially if it starts the name. Exaria's surveyors turned on me as soon as they got away from the rest of the group. I tripped and my cloak tore free, so I bolted. I just need to write down where I go and process of elimination. Left, out the door, across the chasm. Completely turned around. I hear them coming. No time.
Well, I'll be. Ardia actually made a break for it. She's the last one I'd have expected to escape. 2 left feet, that one. Much as I'd like to believe she made it out, somehow I doubt it.
Did she got caught?
Honestly, I'm impressed she made it this far, but my gut tells me she's still here. I think we should keep looking for the rest of those sacrificial stones. Whoever's still bound up in the cult's rituals is in the greatest danger.
All right.
It's getting to the point that I hardly recognize this place. It's like the sky is on fire and everything's scorched. Did the cult come here just to destroy this place? That hardly makes any sense, but Daedra worship too often doesn't.
Maybe destruction isn't the point. It kind of seems like this is an incursion, right?
It's possible this is all just a side effect of the ritual, not its intent. Who knows? Maybe their magic isn't just feeding on the souls of those they've captured, but everything here. All the more reason to stop them, quickly.
All right, go! Probably not good to see that spire in the distance.
Lava? And look, those trees! The shifting is more drastic here.
Like, you do see the Daedric towers in the distance, right?
It's getting to the... Looks like they caught Ardia after all. We need to free her.
I look forward to
We need to free Ardia from that ritual before it drains her soul completely, even if it kills her. Still, we should look for focal crystals nearby that are drawing power from her. Destroying them is the only way to save her life and her soul.
What do you mean, even if it kills her?
I mean, stopping the ritual prematurely might kill her, but there are fates worse than death. If her soul is drained entirely from her body, it won't be left to the mercy of the Divines. It'll probably wind up in the clutches of oblivion.
Oh, I had my soul drained one time. It was okay, I guess. Wouldn't recommend it.
That helped, but there's still something drawing power from the ritual. Let's keep looking.
Mash!
That's done it. Now, destroy the array.
The mash. Whoa! That's not what I wanted to do.
Come on, Ardia. Watch your step.
I'm just a little unsteady.
Ardia, how you doing?
Normally, I love new experiences. It's why I got into exploring. Not that one. Never, ever again.
Found your journal. You found the smutty pages too.
Oh, I thought I'd never see that again. Thank you. I have a great deal to add to it now. I think it's good to record all you can, good and bad. It forces you to think about what you've seen and done. Makes you more mindful of how events shape you.
They're gonna be a dangerous subchapter to that fanfic. Oh, did you learn something new at least?
Zigira was yelling at her followers about jeopardizing the foothold when I was trying to escape. I don't quite get what she meant, but I think they're turning this place into their stronghold. And I saw Zigira when they caught me. The real Zigira.
You mean the real Security? You mean you saw her naked, huh?
Among her followers, she dropped the mask she'd been wearing. She's a Daedra. These cultists are the usual misguided fools dabbling with things they don't really understand. They're true believers. I'll never forget how they howled for her adulation.
It looks like Ardia will be all right. Hopefully she can make a successful escape this time.
So how many more rituals?
I can't be certain, but Dijo, Scarlor, and my little brother Liam are still missing. We have to assume they've been captured and bound like the other two. We need to stop these rituals, and not just for their sakes.
What do you mean?
I have a theory about the purpose of these rituals. The changes to the land, the sky, the blasted heat. I think this place is being overtaken by another plane. If I had to guess, I'd say it's becoming the Deadlands.
How's that possible?
I think this ruin isn't actually part of Nern. More like a piece of our world bottled up, and the cult is trying to fill the bottle from another source.
So, all the more reason to stop it, right? Gold is a little creepy here.
This ruin is...
Almost expected to see some, like, test subjects.
Is that... Garlor! Over here!
Hey, you doing, Galor?
Garlor? Oh, fetching Vic!
Eyes are vacant. He's oblivious to the world. This is a very good screen quality.
He's gone. Soul-shriven. I've read accounts of this happening, but I've never seen it myself. This ravaged body is all that's left of Galor. His soul, gone somewhere far worse. This is what will happen to the others. To my little brother.
Only if we fail.
Right. You're right. This isn't the time to lose it. There's still hope for the others. Galor couldn't have wandered far like this. There must be another ritual site nearby. Let's go.
Let's go! Alright. Pretty easy to avoid fights.
This is it! And they've got Dijos!
Keep meddling, Miri, and I'll make you watch your brother waste away.
You're gonna do it anyway, so what does it matter?
The ritual must have several focal points nearby. We need to find them if we hope to save Dijos. Barring that, we need to stop the ritual before it consumes her, like Galor.
But do we really like Dijos? I mean, we just met.
This focal point is finished, but it wasn't the only one by the look of it.
Honestly, I heard some bad things about Dijos, you know? From who? Don't ask.
It stopped feeding on their soul. Let's do the same to the rest. You're free! Come on!
You came back for me?
thanks to you, there will be something left for the Hist when my time finally comes. But I did not expect the Dark Elf to stick her neck out for me.
Why not?
Dark Elves have not been kind to my Eggkin, and I have not been kind to theirs in turn. I see I judged her too harshly. I should apologize to her and her brother, if he still lives. He was taken prisoner by Zagira, personally.
You know where?
To the heart of the vault, she said. Further down this path. Where it leads, I cannot say. I don't even recognize this place anymore. I only know it dries my scales worse than Ebonheart.
Goodbye. Mira?
We managed to save her. I don't know if that'll improve her opinion of me. Well, my kind. But I'm glad. I wouldn't wish what happened to poor Garlor on anyone.
Oh, got everyone but your brother.
Liam. Hang in there, little brother. We'll find you. We seem to be getting close to the heart of the cult's plot. Other than the ruins, the terrain here is unrecognizable from where we came from. I'd wager that's where we'll find him. And Zagira.
Do you want to go after her too?
No, I don't care about that hooded viper. I just want my little brother back. But if she stands in our way, I'll gladly kick her fetching ass back to oblivion. Come on, Liam needs me.
All right, let's go.
Zagira! Give Liam back, and maybe I won't fetching kill you!
Allow me to reward you for hampering our progress. You may listen to your brother's muffled screams, unmolested, as you stand helpless before this gateway.
Damn it! She sealed the gate. We need to remove that barrier. That switch might have something to do with it.
Yeah?
That switch locked us out. We aren't getting that gate open by force, but I bet that mechanism plays some part in getting it open.
Any thoughts on what to do?
I think that mechanism must be connected to the gate, but that can't be the only thing stopping us, or Zagira wouldn't be so confident. We should look around. There might be more of these Daedric objects involved in the barrier.
On to 3. Switch. Switch.
I think that did it! The gate's unsealed! Let's find Liam.
Nintendo Switch.
Zagira, if you think a little lava is going to stop me, you've got another thing coming.
What?
Zagira, if you think a little lava is going to stop me, you've got another thing coming.
Doc?
This is it! We're going to save Liam and stop Zagira's plot here and now.
Do we have to?
Let's find the ritual's focal points and weaken it so we can set him free.
You think we have time for that?
I don't know. He's my little brother. I have to try. If it comes to it, end the ritual prematurely. I'd rather send Liam into the arms of Mother Morrowind than let Oblivion have him. Just try. Please.
Bye. I'll do it again.
I've lightened their burden a bit, but it might not be enough. Look for other focal crystals. I think that's all of them. Now, the array.
Bye.
Oh, Miri. strength.
What? What was that? What I thought.
Liam! Oh, thank feck. I'll get you out of
Miri,
here.
I thought I'd never see you again.
Blackwood. Da, 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 da.
You can inform your worthless legates that we stopped the cultists. No thanks to you.
Just be grateful your little dispute didn't land you afoul of the law. Cease your meddlesome trespassing while you're ahead, and get a real job.
Wow, want to be a dick.
We did it! My little brother is safe, and that backstabbing viper Zagira's plans are in shambles.
But Daddy's upset.
Oh, I almost wish I could see what Dagon does to her for her failure. But my imagination's probably better than his anyway.
Look at him. He's just like looking at her like, ah, goddamn kids. What's next?
We leave this useless swit to his report and count to Zora's lucky stars. My little brother is alive and well, thanks to you. That's more than I could ask. We owe you. If you ever need anything, and I mean anything, you can count on me.
Yay! Complete quest.
I should get word that we're safe to our parents as soon as possible. I hope to see you again soon. And Liam, straight to Leowin, you hear?
I just want a moment to catch my breath and thank your friend here, Mother.
Just runs off in the distance.
I wish you adventurers would leave well enough alone. The Brigadines have enough troubles to hold at bay without vagabonds stirring up ungodly ruins.
What are you gonna do now?
If what you and that vagabond say is true, I might be out of a job. I'll stick around for a little while, but if things get quiet enough, I may head off to Leowin or even Gideon. Always work for a man in my line.
Like, you're not gonna like rope it off and make sure somebody doesn't come up and like go back in?
Thought I was finished there. Miri too. I was praying to the three that she wasn't going to share my fate. Someone was listening, because you're a real godsend.
I'm a real god. Then.
I am glad you were able to rescue Liam. I could not look Miri in the face if she had fished a bitter old lizard from the mire at the cost of her own loved one. If more dark elves were like them, there would be fewer Argonians like me.
Glad to see Miri got her brother free. Gladder still you two bothered with me along the way. I won't soon forget that.
I see you managed to reunite Miri and Liam. I could tell the two of them were close when we met. Thank the Divines for that, because I don't know if she'd have gone to such lengths for us otherwise. No, I think she would have.
I just had this like entire subplot. She's writing that journal that we picked up actually has like an entire like ship she's making between Mira and Liam. The forbidden love between dark elf siblings. By Ardr, yeah. So yeah, that is how we get our companions. Right there, here we go.
Change of plan?